Captain Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Nolan Wells' best friend, one of the guys that was on the boat, finally came to break his silence and tell his story on what happened the day of Nolan Wells' disappearance. We all been waiting. I thought they was gonna keep it silent, stay quiet, don't say nothing. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Like I say, when it's time to shine and get on this internet and the spotlight is on, everybody want a piece of that attention. Now, I don't know if he was told by the judge or if he was told by anybody else to go do this interview, but he did it. So let's go over here and see what they talking about. We ain't gonna wait. I know y'all want to get straight to it, so let's go. This is the Officer Tatum Show. Let's check it out.
So Warren, I'm gonna ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out. The first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan? All right, Warren, we had a chance to get to know each other over the last, 2 days. Went out to Horn Island. So I've had an opportunity to talk to you about a few things. And the things that you've told me have literally blown my mind. But the world haven't had a chance yet to hear your story, to hear Nolan's story through you, through his friend. And it's not just you, it's a bunch of y'all. But, you know, some of the other guys were afraid because of the threats and the violence that's been threatened against their lives and all of the above. But you decided that you wanted to take this bold step and give a statement and, you know, get your side out here. And I want to start at the very beginning of all of this and ask you, what was your relationship like with Nolan? Who was he to you?
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college. You know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends. And I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me.
All right. If Nolan was a brother to you, then tell what happened. Y'all ain't in no gang. Y'all ain't in the streets. Tell what happened. It seemed like all the other guys, they say they was afraid to come. Nah. That ain't what's going on. I'm not pointing nobody out. At least you had the courage to come up here and tell your story. Seemed like he said, we've been friends since elementary school, all the way up. So I'm not saying that everybody on the boat is guilty, but somebody is guilty. Somebody did something. Somebody seen something. Somebody knows something they ain't talking about. Now, this guy right here, he might be the one who might just actually, that might be his friend. But he got to go with the code. Go with what he was told. You know, I don't know, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just my opinion. It's my thoughts. But what I am going to say is, if some foul play did happen, by him being the first one taking the first step to come and do an interview, he might be the first one to say, you know what? I can't do this no more. I got to tell what happened. I'm sorry, y'all. This been eating me up. I can't sleep. I got to talk about it. Let's get back to it.
And Nolan lit up every room he walked in. He always had a smile on his face. He always had something good to say. I've never seen Nolan get in an argument with somebody and say bad things about someone. You know, there's a lot of people that talk crap nowadays, and Nolan was never that person. Sweetest soul ever. And I mean, I had a great relationship with Nolan. I've never got in an argument with Nolan. We were super close, and I've never said or will ever have anything bad to say about Nolan Wells.
Yeah, and you guys, you said you kind of grew up together. Mm-hmm. Did you know his mom, or how was that? Because I saw in the media where it appears that she may have said, at least I saw in part, that she said as if she didn't know any of you guys.
Right. Well, Nolan a lot of the times was at like my house and at my buddy's house. We never went to Nolan's house and hung out. I mean, and my friend group's very, very tight knit. I mean,
why you never went to his house to hang out, but y'all been knowing each other since elementary school? Your best friend. You ain't never went to your best friend's house? Ate cookies that his mama made? Spent the night at his house? He been in your house. I'm pretty sure your mother know him. Why you haven't been to Nolan Wells' house? Why?
We hang out every day when we're back home from school. In high school, we hung out most weekdays and every day on the weekend. And I mean, we were never at Nolan's house, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I met his father, and I mean, in 8th grade, that's when Nolan and I like got really close. It was COVID year, and we were in class all year long together, me and a couple of my buddies, and Nolan and I just got super tight because we'd go to Waffle House once a week together, eat, And I mean, we were just super, super close. But his dad would swing by Wallflies, you know, and like, you know, hang out around us, but never, you know, I was never around Nolan's parents a lot. But I mean, that didn't.
Is it because he had a black father? Was that what it was? You could be friends with Nolan because he's mixed. It's okay. I don't want you around that father of his, that black, super black guy, strong black guy. Kind of afraid of him, you know. Not saying you is, but it could be coming from your parents. And like I say, these are my thoughts. You know, let's get back to it.
Change our relationship. And Nolan and I were still just as close, and he was just as close with my friends as, you know, anyone else. So.
And walk me through the day of 4th of July where you guys were all going out.
Right.
This seems like something that I would assume that may have occurred more than just this year.
Yeah, of course.
Was it something that you guys did more than just this year? This is a 2-part question. I want to know, is it something that you guys typically did together, that you hang out often in this fashion? And then I want you to then walk me through 4th of July this year when the incident happened.
Okay. You know, being from the Gulf Coast, there's a boating and fishing is very, very popular. The 4th of July, every year, my friends and I, or my family and I, are out on the water. I mean, that's the one day is guaranteed everybody's going out. And that's a known thing. Everybody's trying to get a ride out to Horn Island, or, you know, people go to Ship Island, but most of everybody from Ocean Springs and the Gulf Coast go to Horn Island. And, you know, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year, and he was, I mean, this was a common thing. My friends go on the boat when we're home. Very, very common. That's what we like to do. My friends like to fish also, and like to go on the boat, not just fishing, but like to go on the boat, like to go on sunset cruises, like to do it all, you know, on the water, you know. And I mean, Nolan loved to do that too. I mean, he was not like he was just like everyone else in our friend group. He loved to go on the water and, you know, have a.
All right, so if he loved to go to the water, he go on the water with y'all. Y'all haven't done this before. What made it happen this time? Was it because of the girl, Katie, that everybody might have liked it, but Nolan always get the girls? Could that be what it is? And he gets all races of girls? And maybe that one girl was the one that y'all all liked. And he the one that got it. And maybe one of y'all been talking to Nolan, man, I like Katie. I like her, man. Yeah. You know how it be when you get the one that your fans like, they get to play hating on you. They don't like you no more because you got that one. They get to acting funny, looking for a reason to get into an altercation with you. Yeah, it go down like that, y'all.
Good time with the guys, and that's what we did a lot. But 4th of July, everybody was out there. Like I said, like Nolan was always trying to go on the boat, trying to go out there with us, and he was always welcome to come. Nolan.
And if he tried to get on the boat, always tried to get on the boat, then what make you think he didn't want to get on the boat when it was time to leave? He always trying to get on the boat. So you mean to tell me on the 4th of July, this is the day that he's not always trying to get on the boat?
Was always out there with us. And but started 4th of July, you know, my buddies and I had talked about this week's upcoming, you know, everybody's very, very excited for the 4th of July from down here. Like it's a big thing.
It's a big deal. Huh?
Very, very big deal. And I mean, I actually stayed with Nolan that night at my buddy's house, and I woke up at my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's, got food. Nolan was not with me, and I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck, and well, first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came back, and the boat was already hooked up to my truck. My buddy Wyatt and I went, and with my buddy, and we went, topped the boat off, loaded it down with ice, and just got everything ready. Then Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. He's an 18-foot Palm Beach, and I drove the boat from Fort Bayou boat launch to my buddy's grandparents' house, and that's where we all planned to meet up that day. And
you say we all, who are you talking about? You, Nolan, and how many people are going to meet you guys there?
And did you have this conversation with the police when this first happened? Did they come question you, ask you any questions, bring you in for interrogation? So you could have gave them this same information. You didn't give it to the police department, but you on the talk show talking about it. A lot of your friends were scared to come to a talk show and talk about it, but did any of your friends go to the local police department, the sheriff's department, and talk about it? Huh? Or is this just for the internet, huh? Is you now y'all cleaning your tracks, huh? This is my thought. I'm not blaming nobody for nothing. But these are questions that people want to know. Why are you on a talk show, but you didn't go to the police department and talk? The same thing you telling him you could have told us so they could get their notes to find out what happened to Nolan Wells.
We had roughly 20 to 30 people coming on 3 separate boats with us. And so we were all following each other out there as one big group. You know, it wasn't just me and Nolan and a couple other of my buddies. There was 20 or 30 people spread out where we all met at the dock before, and then we departed to go to Horn Island. It wasn't just a couple of us. I mean, there were so many people, we had to split up between 3 boats, and we all left and all got there at the same time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's clear, because the statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, you know, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. I mean, everybody and their mom is on the water on 4th of July, you know?
So it was other boats, is what he's saying. I thought they was all on one boat. That's the assumption that I was under. They was all on one boat. So he's saying it was 2 other boats, 3 other boats. So when they said, hey, hey guys, I'm gonna go catch a ride back, I'm gonna chill with this girl, is it possible that he was going back, one of the other guys with another boat that you guys know? So if that's the case, then who was he going to ride back with out of the crew? And when y'all made that phone call and they said who's all on the boat, you said everyone's here. Who was everyone if you guys went with 3 other guys with boats?
There's no telling. I mean, roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were boats lined up off the island. I mean, there was 3 rows of boats all the way until my vision ended, until I could see of people there was 1 row of boats, and then there was another row of boats, and then there was a 3rd row of boats. Yeah. I mean, there was people lined up all up and down the island to where, I mean, who knows? I mean, and that wasn't just, we were parked on the north side, on the west tip. It wasn't just there. I mean, there's tons of people packed out on the south side and on the east end and in the middle of the island. But just where we were, I mean, there was easily 1,000 people. It wasn't just us.
Let's go back a little bit. I want to go back to you guys at the dock, getting on the boat. You're saying there's multiple people, probably 20 or 30 people getting on 3 boats. Right. What boat were you on, and what boat was Nolan on?
Nolan was on Wyatt's 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart, because we had a lot of friends from college coming down, and I called Bart that morning. I was like, hey man, can you take your boat out? And he was like, yeah, well, my dad's decided not to go, and I'll take the boat, and I'll take you and your friends. Of course. I mean, he's a buddy of mine. And so Bart pulled up at the dock, and I mean, I rode out there with Bart and a lot of the girls that go to college with my friends and I, and Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. There was like 8 people on the Triton, and then there was 8 or 9 people on the Triton, and then there was the rest of the group, which was ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line, which is 24 tide line.
And so you guys get on, and I know a little bit more than the audience do, because we went out there a little earlier, because I wanted to see exactly what the drive was like, what the dock was like, how far it is out there.
Of course.
So what did you do with that boat that you had on the back of your truck when you went to McDonald's and the stuff that you said earlier? You just said you jumped on somebody, you rode on somebody else's boat. So who had your boat? The one that you had? What happened to that boat?
I want you to tell, the audience, like, what was this trip like? How was the waters? Did you guys do anything in between the time you rode and the time you get to the island? Was there music? Is it like a big party? Like what is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously music's blasting. It's 4th of July, man. I mean, you know how, I mean, everybody's really excited. And I mean, we had a lot of people loaded down. So obviously our biggest, you know, we're just trying to make sure everybody, you know, gets out there safe. And so, I mean, on the way out there, it was pretty calm. I think it was blowing like 3 or 4 knots. I mean, the waters were clear. It was a great day to be on the water. Sunshine, not cloudy at all. And I mean, it was a great day to be out there on 4th of July. And so, I mean, we followed each other out, and I mean, it was calm. It was calm. On the way back, it was a little more rough, but it was not anything all my buddies' boats couldn't handle, or like, it wasn't like we were getting beat.
So that water was calm, huh? So the water was calm. It was smooth. Everything was all right. Right? So if the water was calm, then it wasn't no current, crazy, ridiculous waves that could have pulled him and snatched him and drug him all the way down in this wash machine motion, or on the other side of the lake. Everything was calm, smooth. All right.
Really beat up or anything. I mean, it was pretty calm.
And so you guys get out there. I'm assuming that you line the boats up, because I'm envisioning the picture of getting out there and there's hundreds of boats. Mm-hmm. There's thousands of people. Yeah. So it wasn't just you guys on a deserted island with
of course not
a few people. This is thousands of people out there.
Right.
And there's a lot of people doing what? What does it look like when you first pull up?
I pull up, and we pulled up at 10:30. I mean, it wasn't, I mean, early afternoon. I mean, it wasn't, but 10:30 is, you know, still pretty early in the day. And when we got there was already 3 rows of boats lined up all the way, like I said, until I could see. And
you're talking, when you say all you can see, you're speaking about miles.
Yeah.
Of boat. When we went out there earlier today, when we went out there, the island is massive.
Correct.
I mean, it's just several miles long.
Roughly 10 to 12 miles. I mean, it's.
So do you think that the boats were stretching from one end to the next, or just a small area of about a mile or less than a mile of boats?
Well, I mean, I think there was boats all the way around the entire island, but I think some spots were more popular than others. Like the West Tip is usually very, very crowded on the 4th of July, and everybody knows that. So that's where a lot of people park, because they want to be around other people. And the East End's a little more, there's not as many people, but there's still a lot of boats out there. I mean, it's.
Where do you guys park at? What side did you guys park? You guys park where it was crowded, where the people was at, or did you park where there was no people, where it wasn't active at?
It's not like no one, I mean, every area of Horn Island was covered, 100%.
Wow. So you get out there, y'all jump out. What do? You know, when I say jump out, you obviously not just sitting on the boat. The island is there. Like, what exactly are people doing there? Like, are you spending more time in the water, on the island, in the boat? Like, how is that look out there?
I mean, everybody, as soon as you get there, I mean, there's people on boats, grabbing drinks and, you know, food, whatever else. Like, I mean, everybody is fully prepared for the 4th of July. They bring, you know, all the drinks and food that they need, because, I mean, they've been preparing for 4th.
Was you guys drinking and smoking? Yeah. Was y'all drinking and smoking?
For a little while now. But when we got there, I helped my buddies tie the boats up, because the tie line was right here, the Palm Beach was in the middle, and then the Triton was on the outer side. And there was about a drop off from where the bow was. I mean, if you jumped off the bow, you were probably about neck deep in water, but if you got off the stern, you were probably waist deep in water. I mean, but when we got there, we tied up, got, you know, bow and rear anchor set, and we tied up all the boats, made sure they were good, and everyone just got on the water. And then eventually, next thing you know, it's our group, and then, you know, next thing you know, there's 50 other people around us, and then it just grew.
Who was that arguing on the boat? Was that Nolan Wells or somebody else? And who was he arguing with on that boat that we heard? What time did y'all leave and leave him there?
Grew and grew as the day came on, and, you know, I mean, that's just how it was. Everybody's drinking, you know, I mean, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves, and, you know, it's a big party, basically. Big party.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time. Just like anybody would imagine, 18-year-olds, probably 20-year-olds, college students, out on the island, women. You probably had alcohol, so y'all having a good time.
Well, he setting him up for the he setting him up for real. Keep talking, just keep talking. Yeah, I know y'all had alcohol. He said, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And so where's Nolan in this? You know, you guys out there, the friend groups are out there, 3 boats full of people that came out there that seem to be the closest friend group.
Right.
Where's Nolan in this in comparison to where you and others are at?
Well, you know, I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. They are in a group. I was not focused on anyone solely, like looking and pointing anyone out, because there's so many people out there. I mean, I was talking to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, you know, everybody my age, and even people older than us were, you know, over there. Like, I mean, it was just a regular thing. You know, we're all used to this. We've been out to the islands before. My buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, you know, every weekend. Like, I fish the islands. I don't just.
So if y'all go out there every weekend, this part of the island where they saying if you walk in one spot, then you take 2 steps, you're in 20 feet of water. That means y'all know all the hot spots, where not to go to, where to go to, which means that if Nolan always go with y'all, he begs to go with y'all. He can't wait to get on the boat. Then that means he's familiar with the island and know which part not to go in himself.
You know, fish around Horn Island, I fish around Ship Island too. So I'm very familiar with the islands, and I feel like it was just a big, I talked to Nolan, and, you know, Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking. Most of everybody.
Nola was drinking, huh? Okay. Nola was drinking. Was he doing drugs?
Everybody. And I mean, Nolan seemed completely fine every time I talked to him. We had just regular conversations. And, you know, Nolan was making me laugh. I had a couple conversations with Nolan and Javon, Nolan and my buddy James, Nolan. And I mean, I could tell you, I mean, I talked to Nolan a couple times, but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there talking to Nolan the whole day. I mean, there was hundreds of people I knew out there. So,
yeah. And Nolan.
What about this girl? Is y'all going to talk about this girl, Katie?
Said something interesting. You told me about this. Something he said to you, I would say would be indicative of y'all's friendship.
Right.
And then he also mentioned something to you about that particular day and what it meant to him.
Right.
And could you share that?
Right. Yeah. So Nolan and my buddy Javon are talking, and, you know, I grew up with Nolan, and Nolan's, you know, just all, like I said, like just so joyful, like always happy. Like every picture I have with Nolan or picture I have of Nolan, he's smiling. I mean, like he's always happy. If I always need like a shed of light, I'm calling Nolan, you know. And Nolan and I laugh and joke a lot. Like that's how our friend group is. We're really jokingly laugh. You know, no one takes anything that serious. You know, we enjoy our time together. You know, I mean, there's never any awkwardness within our friend group. We're very, very tight. So if I ever need to get something off my chest or talk to anybody, I'm talking to all my friends. I'm not just talking to like specifically anybody. I would go out, like even if I'm having issues with something, I go talk in my group chat, and my guys are there to, you know, give me a hand anytime I need it. And all my guys are, you know.
All right, since you guys been watching this story, this is coming to an end right here. Since you guys been watching this story, everything that we heard, the girl Katie, him saying, I'm going to come back to the boat. Maybe it's going to be a part 2 to this. I don't know. Is it any questions that y'all feel was left out that should have been asked? Leave that in the comment section. If it's a part 2, then we'll do a follow up on it. But all this in between stuff that's going on right now, is basically letting him talk, let him tell his story. Because the police department, they didn't do their job on doing it. So here, this guy right here, his name is Officer Tatum Show. I don't know if he was an ex-officer or what, but I'm pretty sure that he's familiar with investigations. So he's letting him build up, let him get on record, let him get on recording him talking. So if anything change up later, then we have your story already. But yeah, I would love to see what happened, you know, with the girl and him saying that, hey, I'm going to catch up with you guys. His cell phone was left on the boat. His keys was left on the boat. Why was his keys left on the boat? Why was his cell phone left? And if this guy right here, his friend, is going to tell us anything, so I will be keeping you update on the part 2 if it's a part 2 to that. Leave y'all comments in the comment section. Share the video, y'all. Share the video. We getting somewhere now. We just did the autopsy. We're going to look more into that. We're going to do something on that. I will catch all of y'all on the next one. Subscribe to the channel. It's another video that I want to do about a lady that was sitting in her house and caught a stray bullet, man, and got unalived in South Central Los Angeles. I will be covering that. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rec Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.